Welcome students. Sri Krishna College of Pharmacy and Research Center Parashala. We offer PharmD 6 years, PharmD post baccalaureate program 3 years, MPharm Pharmacology 2 years, BPharm 4 years, BPharm lateral entry for Diploma in Pharmacy students, minimum eligibility of 3-year course, and DPharm 2-year course. So we offer these all pharmacy courses with proper state government and the central government approval, and as well as the Pharmacy Council of India, and we have the NAC accreditation. We are NAC accredited in the top level institution, which is placed near to the railway station of Parashala, and it's border to Tamil Nadu and Kerala. We have many students from different states as we maintain the academic standard, and apart from that we used to concentrate in co-curriculum activities and curriculum activities. In co-curriculum activities we used to encourage the students for their talents in sports and cultural activities, indoor and outdoor games, and all facilities are available in our campus. And we regularly conduct symposium, seminars and research paper publications, and we used to invite expatriates for higher education program and to give more interesting talks for the students and counselings, and there are an ample of programs we used to conduct, and we have NSS strong in social activities and other clinical affairs, and we have a very good drug research center, and as well as we have the drug information center, and we are clubbed with the big hospital in Trivandrum, Cosmo, for our hospital training and industries. We have clubbed with many industries, and especially I want to say we used to give for the students placement cell, and we encourage them to get the proper placement after their completion of their course. And before their course itself, we used to insist them how to do their practices and to maintain. And once again we want to say we are open to have the admissions for 2025. We welcome the pharmacy students to join our great institution, Sri Krishna College of Research Center in Parashala, Trivandrum. Thank you. I would like to ask for the students to subscribe my channel and to the viewers. And this is for a lecture which I was taken for PharmD students, which was continuing for their pharmacognosy and phytopharmaceutical subject. The PharmD students are requested to listen to the class and to write an assignment and to submit to my office in the coming Monday. And I have informed very clearly the students to listen to the classes, listen to the lectures, and you should prepare your own notes. You are not supposed to depend on any printed notes or any old notes of your seniors or any only one book. You have to prepare by means of making various references. Repeatedly, the students are requested to see their syllabus according to the university, and as well as the running lecture by the teacher, whether it is going along with the syllabus, and if it is any change, you are most welcome to inform the department as well as to inform the particular teacher, and they will do the needful. There are many, the teachers and the students are friendly, and we are ready to help you in all this sector. You can contact anytime, and also you can mail me for any doubt if you have in your subject. Today we are going to take about the subject study of plant fibers used in surgical dressings and related products. When we want to go to these topics, it's necessary for us to go what are the questions which have been asked repeatedly by the university. So that made me to the interesting for the students to make their preparation for the examination according to the requirement by the university. In this chapter, I have seen some questions. You can see that describe the source, method, preparation and uses of one plant fiber. 5-mark question. They have asked in October 2024 recently. So we know the cotton is a fiber which is having little more. You can describe about the preparation and its application towards in surgical dressings. Second question which they have asked in April 2024, mention 3 fibers derived from plant and give their sources and uses. 5-mark question they have asked. And in December 2023, 5-mark question, describe the source, method of preparation and uses of adsorbent cotton. 5-mark question they have asked. And 5-mark question in October 2022, from this chapter, give the source and constituent preparations and uses of cotton. They have asked for 5-mark question. And explain adsorbent cotton. 5-mark question in November 2021. Explain in detail about cotton. 5-mark question in August 2021. Explain surgical dressing with any one example. 5-mark question in January 2021. So it's a very good conclusion, and also an identification can be done by the students what type of questions can be asked from a chapter when you are revising the previous year questions. So you see here, this is some of the examples of surgical dressing pictures I want to show you to make yourself come into the chapter always. It's needed. Explain adsorbent cotton. 5-mark question in January 2019 they have asked just before the corona period. Explain in detail about plant fibers used in surgical dressing and related products. 10-mark question they have asked in June 2018. So adsorbent cotton directly they have asked for 5-mark question in January 2018. How will you distinguish plant fibers from other fibers? And they have given a note. Other fibers includes from animal, mineral, etc. 5-mark question in June 2017. And various animal fibers they have asked for 5-mark question June 2016. Explain the sources and the phytoconstituents of adsorbent cotton. And how do you find out its water holding capacity as per Indian Pharmacopoeia? 5-mark question they have asked in November 2015. Even I have added in my lecture about this question. Answer I have mentioned. They have asked directly silk 5-mark question in July 2015. So this chapter is small, but we cannot avoid. Repeatedly they are asking some questions which is particularly certain area. So in pharmacognosy, several plant fibers are used in surgical dressings and switches due to their absorbent and hemostatic properties. Common examples include cotton, silk, and alginate fibers, which are used for their ability to absorb fluids and help stop bleeding. We can define as an example cotton, alginate fibers, jute, flax or flax, you can say it's a linseed fiber from the stem which is taken, flax, linseed, flax, hemp, cannabis, hemp. They also have fibers which is used as for surgical dressing. Silk, it's shown in the green for the 5 sections are obtained from plant sources. Silk from animal source, wool from animal source is also plant, it's also fiber which is obtained. Synthetic fibers are also available. Regenerated fiber, cellulose fibers, mineral fibers are also available. So we should mention, the student should mention in the question, if they are asking about natural source of surgical dressings or natural source of fibers. Number 1, cotton obtained from plants, alginate fibers from plants 2, jute from plant source, flax from plant source number 4, 5, hemp from plant source, and 6, silk from animal source, wool from animal source 7, and 8 from synthetic fibers are there, and 9 you can say regenerated cellulose fibers, and 10 you can say mineral fibers are also available. So this is a general differentiation, and point by point when you write, it will be easy for the evaluator to give you the full mark. Fibers used in surgical dressings, when you want to say first cotton, as we have explained, we have to give some small definitions of each which we have just now seen. Cotton, we know that very much useful as I've shown in the picture, which is commonly used for every purpose of surgery for dressings. So cotton obtained from the epidermal trichomes of Gossypium plants is widely used as a filtering medium and in surgical dressing due to its absorbency. It's also used as absorbent cotton wool or purified cotton for various surgical applications, including burns and wounds. Cotton's biological source is a seed hairs, that means trichomes, of plants belonging to the genus Gossypium. Specifically, species like Gossypium barbadensis and Gossypium hirsutatum, these plants are part of the Mallow family, Malvaceae. Alginate fibers, the pack is available as a alginate dressing package. Alginate fibers derived from seaweeds are known for their absorbent and hemostatic properties, making them suitable for use in dressing and switches. Alginate is a major component of the cell wall of many brown algae species. Jute we can have many surgical dressing, like jute is derived from the phloem or blast fibers of Corcorus plant, is another fiber used for surgical dressing and bandages. The plant species Corcorus capsularis white jute family Tiliaceae. Formerly it belongs to Malvaceae family. Flax. In pharmacognosy, flax is studied for its potential benefits in wound care, including its ability to promote healing and reduce inflammation. And you can see it's available. Flax seeds are also available. Flax is a seed and stem of the flowering plant Lignum usitatisum, commonly known as flax. This plant is an annual herb in Linaceae family. Hemp, Cannabis sativum. This natural hemp fiber, hydrogel with excellent antimicrobial properties, good storage, stability and renewability, and green environmental protection, has a broad prospect in the field of wound dressing and biomedicine. Hemp is the Cannabis sativa plant, specifically the cultivators grown for industrial and consumable purposes. Hemp is a member of Cannabinaceae family. Silk, we know that it is from animal or the worm. Silk derived from the cocoons, which we in the smaller class will say pupa, of Bombyx mori silkworms, is another commonly used fiber. Its fibron protein is used to form cocoons, and the silk fibers are then extracted and used in various medicinal applications. This is cocoons inside the worms, inside the silkworms, which can be removed, which can be prepared by means of boiling in a water. Wool is also animal source fiber. Wool derived from sheep is a natural fiber that can be proceed and utilized in various wound care products. Specific wool protein based biomaterials are being developed for wound healing and tissue regeneration. Brown absorbent cotton wool available in the market as shown in the picture. Regenerated cellulose fibers. Regenerated cellulose fibers, example, rayon fiber, synthetic fiber. These are derived from the plant cellulose but processed to create new forms. Examples include rayon, artificial silk, and regenerated natural polymer like cellulose may also be used in medical applications. Synthetic fibers, as shown in the picture, it is available for the tape like. These are man-made polymers and include materials like nylon and terling, polyester. And you can see mineral fibers like asbestos. We are not using much because of its adverse actions, and sometimes wound healing property is there. It can be used for arrest the bleeding. Asbestos and glass have been historically used in some surgical dressings, but asbestos is no longer commonly used due to its potential health risks. This is the plant cotton because where widely it was asked repeatedly in university question papers. So we want to show the pictures of the cotton plant. It's just a shrub. It's a small plant, sometimes slightly little height. You can see the picture of the Indian cotton plant. It is Gossypium herbaceum is the indigenous species in India. And cotton, when you want to say synonym, raw cotton, purified cotton, absorbent cotton. Biological source, or we can say botanical source, epidermal trichomes of the seeds of cultivated species of Gossypium herbaceum and other species of Gossypium like Gossypium hirsutatum or Gossypium barbadensis, which is from Africa. Freed from impurities, fats and sterilized, belonging to the family Malvaceae. The geographical source for cotton, United States, Egypt, some part of Africa and India. There are about 39 species of Gossypium worldwide, which are native to tropics and warm temperate regions. Gossypium herbaceum or the African West Gossypium cotton, Gossypium herbaceum, is the indigenous species in India. It is native to semi-desert conditions like in sub-Saharan Africa and in Arabia. It is a perennial herb, shrub. Cultivation. Cotton is cultivated by means of seed sowing method. The seeds are sown in rows of about 4 to 5 feet in distance. Proper fertilizers are provided timely. The cotton plants are shrubs or small trees that bear fruits, capsules after flowering. The capsules consist of 3 to 5 seeds and is covered with hairs. Collection. The balls, the seeds covered with the cotton, that is balls, are collected when ripe, separated from the capsule, dried and subjected to the ginning press for processing. The ginning process, hairs and the seeds are put before the roller with a small space which separates the trichomes from the seeds. The short and the long hair separated by delinters. The delinters, which will remove the trichomes from the seed. Short hairs are known as linters. The another word for the short hairs. Long hairs are used for fabrics. Short hairs are used for surgical dressing preparation. Short and long hairs are separated. With short hairs, comber waist being suitable for absorbent cotton for surgical dressing, whereas long hairs are used for the preparation of cloth. This is the seed with the cotton. You can see the cotton seeds. With the linters, the short hairs will be very much strongly attached to the tester of the seed. This is the balls with the cotton in the seed. This is the seed with the short hairs. And the short and the long hairs are separated by the delinters. And short hairs are known as linters. This is long hairs which are used for the preparation of cloth in the fabrics. The ginning press for the process to be separated for the cotton using a linter, cotton linter. This is the machine. You can see there is a small space where the seeds will be feeded so that the short and long linters can be separated from the seed. The cotton can be used for both the purpose. Short can be used for surgical dressing preparations and long can be used for cloth preparation of the fabrics. So here the preparation of cotton or absorbent cotton used for the medical and the other purposes, first you should need purification and scoring. The short fibers are boiled in a dilute caustic soda, sodium hydroxide, or soda ash solution, an aqueous solution containing sodium carbonate. So the student should note, it can be used caustic soda, sodium hydroxide, or soda ash solution, sodium carbonate. For 10 to 15 hours at a pressure 1 to 3 atmosphere. This treatment removes the fat cuticle of the trichomes, the hairs of the seeds. That is what trichomes, which we are telling about the cotton, which is present in the seed outer coat, and the adhering fats can be removed by means of adding this caustic soda or this soda ash, or we can say sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate. And the adhering impurities make the cotton, when you remove adhering impurities, make the cotton more absorbent. So that's the reason we treat these chemicals to remove the fats on the cuticle which is coating over the trichomes of the original cotton which is removed from the seed. Bleaching, next one is cotton should be white in color. Bleaching is done by sodium hypochlorite solution and dilute hydrochloric acid. This step ensures a clean white color suitable for medical application. Washing and drying. Cotton is thoroughly washed with water to remove any adhering chemicals like sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate or sodium hypochlorite or dilute hydrochloric acid. So these all chemicals have to be removed. So washing is done by pure water. Finally, it's dried to remove excess moisture. Sterilization is done by moist heat sterilization and also radiation sterilization. For medical use, absorbent cotton is often sterilized using methods like gamma radiation or autoclaving, moist heat sterilization, to ensure it's free from microorganisms. Description: when you see the cotton, color is white, odorless, tasteless. These are fine filament like that of hair, very thin but long, short, which are soft and unicellular. The size is 2.2 to 4.6 centimeter in length and 20 to 35 micron only, very small, very thin in diameter. Chemical constituents: cellulose. 90% of cellulose is present, 7 to 8% of moisture, wax and fats, oils of 0.5% and cell content about 0.5%. You can see the main constituent is cellulose, which is made up of glucose molecule with the linkage. We know that this is a polysaccharide which is made up of the monosaccharide glucose. Even starch is also made up of polysaccharide. The starch is also made up of glucose molecule. We know that they are made up of the structural relation, that is made up of glycoside linkage, C2 and C6. Here also we have the linkage of alpha and beta linkages are present. So this linkages makes them to be different in their physical structure. When you see starch, they are the main food for the plants, soft and a polysaccharide with a glucose molecule with amylose and amylopectin. But when you see here, this is also having a glycoside linkage of alpha and beta linkage, which is having very strong and the building blocks of the plant cells. They are strong and they are hard also. Solubility differs the starch and the cellulose. So see, this is the picture which we can see the main structure. 80% of the fiber, cotton fiber filament is made up of cellulose. It's a polysaccharide with the alpha and beta linkages of glycoside linkage glucose monomer. And you can see the purified cotton has almost cellulose of 6 to 7% of moisture. And how, this is a question which is asked, 10-mark question also they have asked. In between they have asked an additional subdivision in the question stating that how do you find out its water holding capacity as per Indian pharmacopoeia of absorbent cotton. Absorbent cotton, the student should know it has to be 1 gram of absorbent cotton should have a capacity as a minimum of 26 grams of water. So absorbent capacity makes the cotton to be used for various surgical dressing so that it can absorb blood and as well as the pulp of septic unwanted serum can also be absorbed. So its absorbing capacity plays a major role, its usage as a surgical dressing. So here, to determine the water holding capacity of absorbent cotton, according to the Indian pharmacopoeia, you need to perform a specific test. The cotton should be able to absorb a minimum of 23 grams of water per gram of cotton fiber. Weigh the cotton, determine the initial weight of a sample of absorbent cotton. Then immerse in water. Carefully immerse the cotton in water for a specific duration, example 3 minutes. Drain and reweigh. After this submersion, generally remove the cotton and allow it to drain for a specific time, 1 minute. Then carefully reweigh the cotton. Calculate the cotton absorbed and water absorbed. So subtract the initial weight of the cotton from the final weight after submersion with the water draining to determine the weight of the water absorbed. Calculate the water holding capacity. Divide the weight of the water absorbed by the initial weight of the cotton. This result should be greater than 23 grams per gram of fiber, that means per gram of cotton. Chemical test for the cotton. When you see in chemical test for cotton, on igniting, burning, combusting, cotton burns with a flame giving very little odor or fumes. Only a small white ash is given. This is a test which can distinguish or differentiate from the synthetic acetate rayon, alginate yarn, wool, silk and nylon. So this is the firing, very light fire with leaving with a small white powder or white ash, a small white ash. So dried cotton is moist with N/50 iodine and 80% of weight by volume of sulfuric acid is added. A blue color is produced. It is also a distinguishing from the acetate rayon, alginate yarn, jute, hemp, wool, silk and nylon. The blue color as shown in the picture, you can see in the picture, like blue color which we can see in microscope. And with ammonical copper oxide solution, raw cotton dissolves with ballooning, bulging. You can see that very clearly in the microscope into extension to the 50 micrometer in the diameter itself. So it is ballooning, leaving a few filament in the cuticle. Absorbent cotton dissolves completely with uniform swelling distinction from acetate, rayon, jute, wool and nylon. You can see that how it is ballooning, blooming. Number 4, in cold sulfuric acid, 80% weight by weight cotton dissolves. Distinguishing test from oxidized cellulose, jute, hemp and wool. You can see that a cold sulfuric acid of 60% weight by weight cotton, it is insoluble. See there, a difference in solubility in their percentage of weight by volume of sulfuric acid. It is a distinguishing test between cellulose, wadding and rayons. In warm 40 degrees centigrade sulfuric hydrochloric acid, it is soluble. And it is also a distinguishing test between acetate, rayon like silk and nylon. It is insoluble in 5% potassium hydroxide solution, but oxidized cellulose is soluble, wool is soluble and silk is soluble. So this is also a distinguishing test for the cotton with the other components, other fibers. It does not give a red stain with fluoroglycinol or hydrochloric acid. We know that staining fluoroglycinol and hydrochloric acid can stain lignin present cells. So you can see it will give pink color or red color with jute and hemp. But you can see it will not give any color when it is used in cotton. Cotton is used generally, is shot as a filter medium, and in surgical dressing it has more application. Absorbent cotton absorbs blood, pus, mucus and prevents infection in wounds. Now we are coming to the next one short question they are asking. Flax. Flax, as we told, it is a Lignum mositatism, linseed. This flax is prepared from the fiber of the stem part of the linseed plant, but usually Lignum mositatism seed is used for linseed for many purposes, for even laxative purpose, and also it is used for even wound healing property of the seed also it has. So it is a pericyclic fiber which is removed from the stems of Lignum mositatism, lin, belonging to the family Linaceae. Geographical source, it is mainly found in United States, Russia, Ireland, Northern Europe. You can see the beautiful yellowish plant from the stem, seeds, they are all collected. Flax is also commonly known as linseed. This is a seed. Flax fibers are almost oldest fiber crops in the world. Lignum mositatism is an annual plant which grows to a height of 4 feet. Chemical composition, the flax chiefly consists of pectocellulose. Flax fiber rich in cellulose can absorb wound, exudate and promote a moist environment conducive to healing. Flax seeding oil, a source of essential fatty acid, may aid in wound healing by regulating prostaglandin synthesis, even relieve pain even. Example of flax based dressings, flaxseed mucilage dressing is available. These dressings can absorb wound, exudates and provide protective layer as shown in the picture like jelly. Transgenic flax based dressing. This dressing can be used to treat chronic ulcers and have antimicrobial property. You can see their layers. Wound side, when you want to make, you can have a linen sheets and even gauze layers with flax mucilage. And flaxseed extract loaded scaffolds also available. These scaffolds can accelerate wound healing and promote complete wound closures. Silk, biological source, fibers obtained from the cocoon spun of the larva Bombyx mori len, belonging to the family Bombycidae or Moraceae. Geographical source: China, France, Iran, Italy, Japan and India. You can see the worms which is eating the mulberry leaves. Its food is mainly mulberry leaves. You see how the adult female moths, how they are formed from the cocoons. Eggs will be laid on the mulberry leaves and the eggs will hatch, and you can have a caterpillar or the silkworm which can develop the cocoon with the chrysalis. Chrysalis is one of the fine wounding of long lengthy silk fiber in the cocoon is formed, which can be used for the purpose of harvesting the silk from the cocoons of silkworm. The silkworm is a larva of the moth. Larvae are monophagous, which takes only mulberry leaves as its diet. The cocoons is made of a single continuous thread of raw silk from 300 to 900 meters long. The fibers are very fine and lacteous, about 1/2500, that means 1 in 2500 inch. So very minimum size of diameter. Fine, very fine diameter in silk. Preparation: it's boiled in water as shown in the picture. The process of spinning cocoon contains or continues for almost 3 days. After 7 to 8 days, the larva changes into chrysalids or chrysalids, and the cocoons are collected by throwing them into boiling water. This kills the silkworms and also makes the cocoons easier to unravel. Unravel means to removal of the silk. The silk preparation from cocoons involves several steps, including harvesting, stiffling, reeling and finishing. The process begins with harvesting of the cocoons and then stiffling them, killing the pupae inside through boiling, steaming or by hot air. You can see this is the reeling. Reeling them unwinds the silk filaments from these softened cocoons, and these filaments are twisted together to form a silk thread. Chemical constituents of the silk fiber. Silk mainly consists of protein known as fibrin. Fibrin is soluble in warm water and on hydrolysis yield 2 main amino acids, glycine and alanine. Uses of silk is used pharmaceutically in the preparation of sutures, sieves and ligatures. They are used in many purposes. You can see they are like a sieve. As you seen in the finger, we can see a transparent, and it can be used as a suture. It can be used as a ligatures. Ligatures for stitching is also available in silk material. Sutures. In pharmacognosy, sutures are medical devices typically made of sterile threads or strands used to close up wounds or approximate tissue during surgery. They are essential for wound healing and are studied within the broader context of surgical materials and dressings. Absorbable sutures are designed to be broken down and absorbed by the body's enzymes or tissues, while non-absorbable sutures are designed to remain in the body until they are removed, either by the medical professional or because they remain in the body indefinitely. Common examples of absorbable sutures include catgut, surgical gut, kangaroo tendons, and some synthetic polymers like polygalactin 910, commonly known as Vecryl, and polyglycolic acid. Common examples of non-absorbable sutures like silk, linen, cotton, nylon, polyamide, and metals like silver, Ag, and alloys. Surgical dressings are classified by their function. Sometimes they may ask in 10-mark question, students should write what all the other classification, what is available in the market. So they can be classified like passive, active, and interactive. So what is passive? Provide physical protection, absorb wound fluid, and prevent infection. Example: gauze, sponges, tulle, lint. Active: promote wound healing by maintaining a moisture environment, accelerating the tissue growth, or providing antimicrobial effect. So you see, that is active. Example: hydrocolloids, hydrogels, foams, alginates, and transparent films. When we come to interactive type of surgical dressings, combined passive and active, combined aspects of both passive and active dressings, supporting multiple stages of wound healing. Example: semi-permeable films, composite dressings, and drug-loaded dressings. So we should know that passive, how it is physical protection gives. Example: gauze, sponge, tulle, lint. Active, how it protects with giving an environment of a moisture content and as well as an antibacterial activity like hydrocolloids, hydrogels, foams, alginate, and transparent films. An interactive type of dressings combined with active and passive, semi-permeable films, composite dressings, drug-loaded dressings. So passive, when you want to say gauze, a simple absorbent. You can see the picture. Materials used for generally wound covering, physical fluid absorption like cotton pads and gauze dressing. Sponges, similar to the gauze, they are absorbent used for covering the wounds and absorbing fluids as shown in the picture. You can see that sheets. And in passive again, tulle, a thin non-absorbent gauze that allows oxygen and water vapor exchange while protecting the wounds as shown in the picture. It's like a net like. It can give, that is why tulle. Lint means similar to gauze, used for absorbing wounds, exudate and protect the wound site. Lints are also available according to British Pharmacopoeia, BPC Codex. And active surgical dressings, hydrocolloids, gel formation material and create moisture environment, promote germination, tissue formation, and it prevents from the infection by means of antibacterial, antimicrobial activity. You can see the hydrocolloids which is available in the gel form. Hydrogels, water-based gels that maintain moisture and promote cell growth, suitable for dry or necrotic wounds like this, which we can see a beautiful, which we can use as gel. And when we see in that, active foams are also available. Absorbent material that provides a moist environment and protect the wounds from trauma, like this silicone foam dressings are available, which can be used as shown in the picture. Alginate derived from seaweeds, they absorb large amount of fluid and promotes hemostasis and interacting with the blood. You can see that is cutimide or cutimed alginate dressings are available as shown. We can use it. And transparent films allow visibility of the wound, prevent infection and maintain moisture as shown in the picture. We can see even observation can be done by the health worker very easily for the patient, even including the patient even. Interactive, as we told, semi-permeable films allows gas exchange while preventing fluid leakage, balancing moisture of optimal healing, and even the vein selection by means of needle can also be done with these semi-permeable films. Composite dressings combine different materials, form alginate, to provide absorption, protection and moisture retention. Say slide share. Say slide share. I have just taken some of the slide share have been given from the internet. That's why it says that by some slide share. Composite dressings are having this advantage. And you can see drug-loaded dressings containing antimicrobial or growth promoting agents to enhance the healing. And you can see that is what you can see, that composite dressing, that word that says slide share you can remove. Where I have given, it is from the internet, they says it is slide share website is given this composite dressing having this advantage. It's not necessary for our notes. You can remove that. Thank you for listening. As I told, it's necessary for you to write your own notes, prepare your own notes. There will be mistakes also, so you have to find out and you have to read, you have to see more references and submit your assignment as your notes, and it will be given back to you after evaluating. See here, thank you for listening, and we are open for the admission, Form D and Form D post-baccalaureate program 3 years, Form D 6 years program, doctorate program, and M.Pharm pharmacology 2-year program, and B.Pharm 4 years program, and B.Pharm lateral entry for diploma students 3-year program, and D.Pharm 2-year program. You are most welcome to approach us. You can call, you can mail. It's possible for you to get admission in this 2025. Be a pharmacist. Have a great day. Thank you.